Omnisciencia. Omnisciencia. Omnisciencia.
Correcto.
I feel so good about wanting because, it's something like you wished for, and now you know you got it. It's like a magical moment that you feel.
8th grader Andres Ariola beat out the largest field of Spanish spellers that has come out to the Albuquerque event since it began 5 years ago, 26 spellers from 8 different states. But compare that to the nearly 300 English spellers competing in the Scripps National Spelling Bee every year from every single state, as well as spellers from Japan, Europe, and Africa. There's also the national ESPN TV coverage, and the $35,000 cash prize awarded to winners of the Scripps Spelling Bee, compared to the $500 Ariola took home for winning the Spanish Bee. David Brezeño founded the National Spanish Spelling Bee to raise the status of Spanish language and boost bilingual education. He says a lack of funding and sponsors to financially support the event often means a lot of the nation's best spellers can't make it to the competition.
I get a sense of loss because there's another student that could have been here that wasn't because of money.
The Spanish Spelling Bee has a long way to go, but it's come a long way from humble beginnings in the Gadsden Independent School District near the US-Mexico border in New Mexico. Jose Reyes was teaching in the district when the Spanish Bee began as a school versus school competition more than 20 years ago.
We celebrate these champions.
This is the 4th year running that a student from the 96% Hispanic school district has taken home the national title. It's no coincidence. Reyes says success has followed a major shift in educational attitudes towards bilingual students. He remembers how his own first grade teacher responded to him.
I use Spanish, and I remember her taking me to the sink in the corner of the classroom and washed my mouth with borax with the soap, and said, "You won't use this language again."
On the other hand, Ariola just graduated out of the English language learner track,
I didn't know any English when I came here.
all while training to defend his Spanish Spelling Bee title.
Now you're ready to play with the English-speaking kids.
But it's not just native Spanish-speaking students like Ariola competing in the National Spanish Spelling Bee. About half the kids competing in the event are learning Spanish as a second language, coming from as far away as Virginia, Oregon, and Massachusetts.
I remember talking to somebody and they said, well, those Mexican kids ought to be doing pretty well in that, if they, because they speak Spanish. I said, well, that's not how it goes. And by the way, I said, it's not all Mexican kids. This is a very diverse group of students that comes together from throughout the country to participate in the National Spanish Spelling Bee. If you were to take a look at the picture of those who've been participating, you would take those words and eat them.
Brezeño says if the event is going to convince more American parents of the benefits of Spanish and bilingual education, it will need a lot more exposure.
This thing needs to grow. I would love to see a network of sponsors nationally. I want to see representation from all 50 states. I'd like to see that representation of sponsors, of networks, and so that there are sources of pay for our students that want to come in and participate. So parents don't have to take the brunt of having to pay for the airfare, the hotel costs.
Next year, the competition will relocate to San Antonio, Texas, in hopes of reaching more bilingual students and a larger Hispanic media market. For the Fronteras desk in New Mexico, I'm Simon Thompson.